Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I was thinking what videos should go up today and I thought I should just have a casual talk. Requested questions on my channel were actually around being vegan. This video is gonna be like a beginner's guide to how to turn vegan. Before I even start this video, under no circumstances you are obliged, and I am saying that I judge anyone's choice of food that they want to have and do not feel the obligation of turning into a vegan. Use this video and benefit from it even if you do not wish to, or even if you are not wanting to get into being a vegan. So let's just look at first what vegan is. So basically a vegan is a person who does not consume or use any animal products, and usually this is to do with food. So there's something called, in India we have meat eaters or non-vegetarians, and then you have vegetarians. I had made a video a couple of months ago on why you should turn vegan, and maybe you should check it out, and I'm gonna link it here probably. I did list out one of my major concerns, that is Indians used to be one of the largest population of vegetarians in the world, but lately these statistics have changed a lot. You'd be surprised to know that more than 95% of Indians right now have turned into non-vegetarians, which is really bad for the environment, which is really bad for your planet, and it has got detrimental effects on your health, and I have told you why in the previous video. We're going to talk about what can you do as a beginner to turn into a vegan. First of all, understand veganism and understand vegan food. Vegan food does not mean it is gluten-free. Vegan food doesn't mean it's sugar-free. Vegan food doesn't mean it is fat-free. Okay, none of these things are vegan. So what is vegan food? If you're an Indian, you'd be surprised to know that 90% of all our basic food is vegan. Okay, talk about veganism, the first thing that will come to your mind is boring, bland quinoa, kale, couscous, whatever, all these fancy-ish things you get in restaurants which are really, really expensive. That's not vegan. That is vegan, but that's not the only vegan food there is. What if I told you that chole bhature, sambar dosa, sambar vada, all these things are also vegan, provided you do not fry them in desi ghee. Yeah, turning into vegan will not be much of a problem. Third thing is vegan versus daily food. Most people think that, oh, vegan is going to be a really expensive lifestyle where I'll have to buy very specific groceries, very expensive groceries, and this is not something I would want to do on a daily basis. That's not true. The truth is that vegan food is regular Indian food. So if you're used to having dal chawal, dal roti, sabzi roti, this is all vegan. So essentially an Indian diet minus the milk products is completely a vegan diet. So if you're a meat eater and you're starting on your vegan journey, what are the things that you can do to make, or put your life at ease to begin with? A lot of people suggest you buy a lot of mock meats which are available in the markets or the supermarkets, the fancier ones. But I've realized the mock meats are really expensive. A, they are full of chemical and binding products. B, so that's not something I would generally recommend somebody to have, but I would recommend that you start to add lentils in your diet. So if you're used to having a piece of chicken in the afternoon, you want to replace it with a whole grain like chickpeas or red beans, whatever. So what you can do, but the thing is, when you would do that, suddenly you will face a problem of bloating, and that's because your body has gotten used to consuming that fast-acting protein, which vegan food will not have without the bulk. And suddenly when you add that bulk to your system, it's react in a certain way that might be a little upsetting to your stomach. So what you can do is, instead of If this is the amount of chicken you have, do not have the same amount of beans or chickpeas. Instead, start by adding like 2 tablespoons one day, and then the next day 2 tablespoons more. Gradually graduate to half a cup, and then you can go up to 1 cup full bowl of boiled chickpeas, or bowl of prepared legumes or whole grains, which are high in protein, and that way you can gradually graduate to a vegan lifestyle. Another thing that I have noticed, and that's especially hard for people to turn vegan, is I'll tell you where the biggest problems will be. If you're trying to turn vegan, most of you, if you're on an Indian diet and you're trying to turn vegan, for the most part you're going to be sorted. I'll tell you where you'll have the biggest challenges. First is in your drinks, because everywhere you go you will end up having your chai, your coffee, everything else with milk. That's one big problem. And the second problem you will have is around pizzas, because A, they're tempting, B, you kind of don't imagine a pizza without a cheese. I'll change that perception for you. First of all, if you're looking at most of your beverages, you can replace it with soy milk, and you'll be glad to know that even across India, most places these days, when you ask for a soy latte or you ask for a chai with soy milk, you do get the option. And if you don't, you can stick to having green tea or iced Americano or hot Americano, whichever case that is. This is going to be a little bit of a practice, but eventually you will learn to get over it. Second thing is pizzas, and pizzas was one of the biggest challenges for me as well, unless I realized that you can order pizza without cheese at most places, and it kind of tastes similar because they add more olive oil to it. So you'll be surprised to know places like Domino's, places like, your regular places where you have wood-fired ovens for your pizzas, they will, if you ask them to give you a pizza without cheese, it's 100% possible. It's almost the same taste. I'm not gonna say, oh my god, it's the same taste as cheese, you don't have to worry about it, but it's not exactly the same, but it's very, very close. So you don't feel like you're missing out on much. Plus, with you, my personal journey into turning vegan. I have technically never been a non-vegetarian. I have always been a vegetarian. Apart from one or two times in my life where I was forced to have a meat product, usually by a friend who wanted to convert me into non-vegetarian, and those friendships didn't last anyways. So yeah, so mostly, for the most part, I've been a vegetarian. I have tried eggs. In my life, I've tried every form of egg there is. I've tried boiled eggs, I've tried whatever kind of eggs. I've never really liked or relished the taste of eggs, and I've been lactose intolerant, so that was the first reason why I had quit milk. But I had not quit completely the milk-based products. So I was still having curd, I was still having lassi, I was still having a little bit of low-fat cheeses, because my body did respond okay to them. So these were the animal products I was consuming. And my reason for turning vegan was the fact that I wanted to, I really love animals. It's not like I love my dog, not just my dog, but every other dog, and the pigs, and the chicken, and the cows, and the bees. But you have no idea how bad it is for the bees when you take honey away from them. But coming back to the topic, so these were the products that I was consuming before I turned into a vegan. Then one day I took a call. I realized that if I turn vegan, it's good for my health, it's good for the environment, it's cost effective, and it's nice for everyone else around me. So I turned vegan. And when I did decide that I'm not going to have any animal products, I quote unquote did not know what vegan was, and I did not even Google it. I did not read a book about it. I just stopped consuming products, and over a period of time, so I'll tell you a funny story. So I had turned vegan, and I had established myself as a vegan, and I started using the hashtag vegan on my Instagram page. And one day I posted something which on which I said you could drizzle a little bit of honey. And I had so much of hate on that. I mean, people writing to me and saying, oh my god, you call yourself a vegan, but you have put honey on it. By that time, call me dumb or whatever, by that time I had not even realized that honey is not vegan. So it took me a lot of time to understand what products are vegan and what products are not vegan. So these were the challenges to begin with. I mean, it took me about 6-7 months to realize which food products completely come from an animal source, which food products come from a source which is completely 100% plant-based. It took me a while to understand that. But after I did that, there came the next stage, when challenge, which was taking out every animal sourced product, not just from your diet, but completely from your life. And that took a lot of work. I'm still struggling with it. I might not say that I'm 100% there yet, but 100% I have stopped buying products that come out of animals. So pure wool, yeah, I stopped wool as well. So leather, wool, fur, products that are tested on animals in terms of your cosmetics, though again I'm not 100% there yet. But now recently I have started checking which products are sourced from an animal product, or which products are sourced from, which products are tested on animals, which products are sourced on animals. So yeah, these are bigger aspects of turning vegan. And yeah, not being able to buy leather is one of the biggest challenges. But I realized that turning vegan actually made me turn into a minimalist as well, because suddenly I wasn't buying brands, because most high-end brands were, you know, leather-based products. I'm like, oh, I can't buy that, I can't buy this, and I can't buy that. So I suddenly realized that if I'm not buying leather, I can buy anything, which so suddenly I did not have this feeling that if I'm walking into a nice gathering or a party without this batch in my hand, I'm missing out on much. So it was just a matter of making right choices for the long-term good of your environment, and just swapping this with this, maybe. Another very big challenge which I faced, especially as an influencer, is that you get approached by a lot of brands who want to work with you, and then you realize that the product they're selling has an animal source, or they're selling out an animal product, and you straight up say no to the money that's coming to you. But I know I'm doing good in the long term, and when I sleep at night, my soul is at peace because I haven't harmed any other soul. At least if you're trying to turn into a vegan, the only thing I want you to do thoroughly before you even venture into it is the fact that you figure out why you want to do this. And I would highly recommend that you pen it down in your own words. If you want to choose this path because you want to have better health, write it down. If you want to do it because you want to save the planet, write it down. If you want to do this because you love animals, not just your own dog, but every animal on earth, you should write it down. Whatever your reasons for turning vegan are, write them down. Give yourself like a couple of reasons why you would want to do it, and that way you will stick to your plans better. At least a lot of people have this conception that if you turn vegan, you do not get enough nutrition, you do not get enough protein, you do not get enough vitamins. That's completely not true. And the whole concept of vegans having vitamin deficiency, vegans having vitamin D deficiency is again not true. If you want, you can supplement your diet with a vitamin D supplement, but I highly recommend that you go out in the sun and just soak the sun rays in. Without the sunscreen though. But that's one of the ways you can get loads and loads of vitamin D. Also, this common misconception that vegan diet is less on protein and you lose all your muscle mass once you turn vegan is absolutely false, because that doesn't happen. I've been vegan for almost 2 years now. I have not seen a drop in my muscle mass. I have not seen my strength go down any which way whatsoever. I just feel that I've turned better once I have turned completely animal free, and that's what my belief is. Again, I will reiterate it. Though I'm a vegan myself, I'm not a vegan nutritionist. If you come to me and you want a plan, I would give you an option of having a plant-based protein over an animal protein. But end of the day, it's completely your choice. No one's there to judge you, and no one should be judging you for the choices you make for your lifestyle. But this is just to tell you that grass is greener on the greener side. I just came up with that. I would just want is green on the greener side, because there are lots of health benefits, there are lots of benefits for your community, there are lots of benefits for the planet if you stop consuming animal-based products. That's it for today. I hope you like this video. If you want to turn vegan, or if there are any one of your friends who want to turn vegan and you think this video can help them, do share with them, give it a big thumbs up, do subscribe to our channel. As I speak to you, we are 8,000 plus. I don't know how, but thank you for watching this video. I shall see you next time. Till then, stay strong, stay fit, stay desi.